Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. If your life feels predictable, if every day feels like deja vu, if your bank account hasn't moved in the last 6 months, I promise you, it's not because God has forgotten you. It's because you've become allergic to discomfort. You're cozy, you're safe, you're broke. And I say that with love because that used to be me, comfortable, careful, calculated, and completely unaware that comfort is the cousin of poverty, that playing it safe is the most dangerous thing you could do with a gift God handcrafted just for you. Let me break it down for you. Every single thing you want, every dream, every dollar, every version of yourself that makes your chest swell with pride lives on the other side of your comfort zone. But most people build a house in the middle of mediocrity and call it home. They decorate their discomfort with excuses. They turn their fears into furniture, and then they wonder why success never stops by. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you did something that scared you? Not nervous before an interview, scared. I mean, shaking, sweating, heart pounding. Oh my God, what if I fail? Scared, because that right there, that's the price of admission to the next level. And if you're not scared, you're not growing. See, comfort is seductive. It whispers to you. It tells you, stay here, you're fine, even while your dreams are choking in silence. It tells you, don't take that risk, it might not work, even though your current situation is already not working. It tells you, what if you fail, and forgets to ask you, what if you fly? I want you to understand something. Money is allergic to comfort. Wealth is a product of boldness. You don't earn six figures in silence. You don't build legacy by hiding in routine. You build it by stepping out. You build it when you decide that you'd rather sweat in discipline than bleed in regret. You build it when you start trading convenience for conviction. Listen, your comfort zone is a liar. It tells you you've got time, but you don't. It tells you you're not ready, but you are. It tells you success is for them, not you. And some of you believe that lie so long it became your reality. You clock in, you clock out. You do what's expected. You go home, eat the same food, watch the same shows, scroll through the same apps, and tell yourself, one day I'll chase the dream. Let me hit you with some truth. One day is not a day of the week. You will never feel ready. Your goals don't care about your feeling. And that bank account of yours, it's a direct reflection of your boundaries. How many risks you're willing to take. How uncomfortable you're willing to get. How many nights you're willing to stay up building while others sleep. Let me say it plainly. Success isn't about luck. It's about grit. It's not about being the smartest in the room. It's about being the most relentless. You want to change your finances, change your formula. You can't pray for abundance and prepare for average. You can't cry for more and live like less. You can't declare, this is my year, and still behave like it's last year. You want different, be different. See, God gave you the vision, but he's not going to hand you the result. You've got to move your feet. You've got to take action. You've got to walk through fire for it sometimes. But that fire will shape you. It'll burn off the old you, the scared you, the broke you, and it'll forge a new version, bold, unstoppable, and rich in purpose. People say money isn't everything, and they're right, but hear me clearly. Poverty robs you of peace. You can't think straight when the rent's late. You can't serve your community from a place of lack. You can't help others when you can't even help yourself. So no, money isn't the goal, but freedom is. And that freedom lives in the zone you've been avoiding. I need you to stop shrinking, stop waiting, stop blaming the economy, your parents, your city, your past. Because let me tell you, there's always a reason to quit. But champions use that reason as fuel. You think Oprah got where she is by staying comfortable. Think Steve Harvey built his empire by playing it safe. You think Tyler Perry, who slept in his car, chose the path of least resistance. No, they bet on themselves. They got uncomfortable, and they made it work. So what's stopping you? Is it fear? Good. That means you're getting close to something that matters. Is it doubt? Perfect. That means your comfort zone's getting nervous. It's afraid of being evicted. Let it go. Step out. See, your calling will never fit inside your comfort zone. If you're broke right now, I want you to look around, not with shame, but with honesty. Ask yourself, what have I been avoiding? Because that thing you've been putting off, that phone call, that course, that video, that meeting, that pitch, that's the key to your breakthrough. Your bank account isn't empty because you're not capable. It's empty because you're not committed. You want to fix your finances, fix your focus. Stop chasing distractions. Stop wasting hours scrolling through other people's wins and start building your own. Here's a harsh truth. You can't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. So do the work. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. Yes, it will be lonely. Yes, it will test your faith. But I promise you, it will be worth it. Every late night, every rejection, every failure, all of it. You think you're tired now. Try staying broke for the next 10 years because you were too afraid to pivot. You think sacrifice is hard. Try regret. Regret will haunt you. It will wake you up in the middle of the night with what ifs and should have. And the older you get, the louder it gets. But today you have a choice. You can either stay comfortable or you can get courageous. You can either settle or you can step up. You can either scroll through your dreams or you can go out there and build them. This ain't about motivation. It's about movement. This ain't about hype. It's about harvest. You don't need another quote on Instagram. You need a wake-up call. This is it. Your comfort zone is killing your bank account, and the only antidote is action. So get up, make the call, launch the thing, post the video, build the brand, apply for the job, quit the job, say yes, say no. Do whatever it takes to get out of that bubble that's suffocating your purpose. Because the truth is, your destiny can't breathe in your comfort zone. You were built for more. You feel it in your bones. You hear it in your quiet moments. That tug in your spirit, that's not anxiety. That's calling. That's the future version of you, screaming through the noise, begging you to move. Listen to it. Move. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need permission. You need obedience. Obedience to the vision. Obedience to the grind. Obedience to the uncomfortable path that leads to an unforgettable life. You're not broke because you're broken. You're broke because you haven't yet declared war on your comfort zone. But today, today, you go all in. Today, you choose purpose over paralysis. Today, you burn the boats and build the legacy. Your comfort zone had its turn. Now it's yours. Let's get to work. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. While you're overthinking your next move, someone out there with less talent, less education, fewer resources is making bold moves and cashing bold checks. Why? Because they decided that fear wouldn't sit in the driver's seat. They decided that discomfort was cheaper than poverty, and that's a decision you to make today. Your comfort zone isn't just costing you money, it's costing you time, it's costing you energy. It's costing you relationships that were meant to elevate you, not enable your mediocrity. Let me be clear. Comfort is where dreams go to die. It's a graveyard with no tombstones because most people bury their potential silently with a smile, with a steady job, with "I'm okay, but you're not okay." You're restless. You're scrolling social media, not for entertainment, but for evidence that someone like you can still make it, that someone in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, even 60s can flip the script and come back with vengeance. Let me tell you now, yes, you can, but not from the couch, not from comfort, and definitely not from a place of maybe. Maybe is the language of the broke. You need to start saying must. I must show up. I must win. I must do what's required even when I don't feel like it. That's where the blessing is. Discipline over doubt, faith over fear, obedience over outcome. You see, the thing about comfort is it doesn't feel like a thief. It feels like a friend. It pats you on the back and tells you you're doing your best, when deep down you know you're not. And the scary part, comfort doesn't take everything all at once. It chips away slowly. First your ambition, then your energy, then your belief, until you're stuck in a cycle of next month, next year, and eventually next lifetime. But here's the good news. You still have time. You still have a breath in your body, and that means your story ain't over. You can still flip the switch. You can still rewrite the narrative. You can still show your comfort zone the exit and show your bank account what happens when you finally show up like you mean it. Let me ask you this. What's your number? How much discomfort are you willing to endure to never worry about bills again? How many early mornings are you willing to stack before you earn your peace? Because let's get real, success has a price, but so does failure. The difference is you get to choose which one you pay. And if you're going to struggle either way, struggle on the way to something. Struggle toward purpose, toward freedom, toward building something so big your children's children will thank you. You say you want wealth? Good. Now start acting like it. Wake up earlier. Study the game. Sell something. Create something. Put yourself in rooms that intimidate you. Because that intimidation, that pressure, that's where diamonds are formed. Listen, nobody becomes rich by accident. Behind every great success story is a series of uncomfortable decisions. Moments where quitting made more sense than continuing, but they stayed in the fight, and you must too. Stop talking about being tired. You're not tired, you're underutilized. You're not drained, you're undisciplined. You're not burnt out, you're bored because you've been playing too small. Let this be your awakening. You were not born to be average. You were not born to just make ends meet. You were born with the breath of greatness in your lungs, and it's suffocating inside your comfort zone. Some of you have been praying for increase while clinging to the same routines that created lack. Let me break it to you gently. God is not going to bless your comfort zone. He's not going to drop millions in your lap while you sit on the couch watching YouTube. You want abundance? Start acting like someone who can handle abundance. Develop character. Build habit. Train discipline like a muscle. Because if you can't master your morning, you won't master your money. Every dollar you want is on the other side of discipline. Every breakthrough you're craving is tied to a habit you've been avoiding. The world doesn't need more dreamers. It needs doers, builders, executors, people who stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating the life they know they're capable of. This is your time, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, your destiny is pacing, waiting on you to stop procrastinating and start executing. So hear me clearly. Your comfort zone is not your friend. It is the silent killer of greatness. It is the most dangerous place you can live. And if you let it run your life, it will rob you blind financially, emotionally, spiritually. But if you choose courage, if you choose sweat over sleep, if you choose faith over familiarity, you'll unlock a level of wealth, purpose, and peace you never imagined. You'll wake up one day with options, and not just financial options, but time options, freedom options. And you'll look back and thank yourself for doing what most people never had the guts to do. Step out, take the leap, burn the comfort zone, and become everything you were born to be. To the one who's been saying, I'm not ready yet, let me tell you something. You were never supposed to be ready. You were supposed to be willing, willing to stumble, willing to stretch, willing to be seen starting small. See, the problem isn't that you don't have the tools, it's that you won't pick them up. Because picking them up means trying, and trying means failing, and failing means exposure. But let me ask you something. Would you rather fail in the dark or live your whole life never turning on the light? Would you rather look foolish for 5 minutes or be broke for 50 years? See, people don't fail because they're unworthy. They fail because they stay they cling to the idea that maybe, just maybe, life will hand them something if they stay patient enough. But life doesn't hand out blessings. It reveals them to the bold. The moment you step out, the moment you risk embarrassment, rejection, criticism, that's when doors start opening. Not because the opportunity wasn't there before, but because you finally got out of your own way long enough to see it. The job you want, it's outside your comfort zone. The client you're chasing, outside your comfort zone. The income you deserve, it's been sitting outside the gate called fear, waiting on you to answer the call. You say you want to be rich, but do you really want what comes with it? Because let me be honest with you, Wealth requires war. A war with your old habits, a war with your excuse, a war with the lazy version of you that keeps whispering, we'll do it tomorrow. Let me be clear. Tomorrow is a liar. Tomorrow never shows up. It's a moving finish line, a promise with no commitment, a comfortable escape hatch you use to avoid action. You don't need another tomorrow. You need a today, a right now, a let's go mentality that makes your bank account reflect your belief. But belief without behavior is bankrupt. You can scream affirmations in the mirror all day, but if you go back to scrolling, doubting, and waiting, you're not manifesting, you're avoiding. And avoiding is expensive. Avoiding that course you were supposed to take, it's costing you. Avoiding that mentor who challenged you, it's costing you. Avoiding putting yourself out there, your voice, your brand, your gift, it's costing you everything. Because the longer you delay, the deeper you dig into a life that doesn't represent who you really are. Let me speak this into your spirit. You are not called to be ordinary. You were not sent to this earth to just pay bills and die. You were called to create, to build, to impact. But that calling can't breathe in comfort. It needs movement. It needs action. It needs courage. And yes, it needs failure. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your receipt that says, I tried. You know what's worse than failure? Silence. The silence of dreams buried in fear. The silence of ideas you never tested. The silence of the wealthy version of you that you silence with what ifs and not yets. But I believe in you. I believe there's a beast in you. A lion, a queen, a king. And it's been sitting there in the shadows of your excuses, waiting for you to stop pretending that average is okay. Stop pretending that you don't care about money. And you know, money buys freedom, choice, dignity, and legacy. Stop pretending you're fine with what you have when every fiber of your soul is telling you you are made for more. Don't let guilt trick you into staying small. Don't let humility become hiding. Don't let other people's opinions become the prison that locks away your potential. Because the truth is, most people don't even know what they're talking about. They'll say that's risky when they've never tried anything in their life. They'll say, be realistic when their reality is fear. You cannot let small minds talk you out of a big life. You cannot let lazy people coach your ambition. You cannot let broke mentality shape your financial future. You've got to cut the noise and commit. Commit to showing up when it's hard. Commit to learning when it's slow. Commit to staying planted when the soil feels dry. Because the roots are growing even when you can't see the fruit. And hear me when I say this, you are not late. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are right on time. But you must move now because opportunity does not wait, and neither does your rent or your purpose or your children or the world. They're all watching, waiting, depending on you to decide. Will you keep living in a cycle of safe discomfort, or will you step into the glorious chaos of growth? See, growth is loud, it's messy, it's wild, but it's where miracles live. And if you want that miracle, if you want that money, if you want that meaning, you've got to walk straight into the fire of rejection, the fire of failure, the fire of what will they say. Because guess what? They're going to talk either way. So let them talk while you build. Let them doubt while you double your income and triple your purpose. Because when you're aligned with calling, even the storm becomes part of the strategy. Even the setbacks turn into fuel. Even the haters become your unpaid marketing team. Why? Because you decided that your comfort zone wasn't welcome anymore. You decided that wealth was more important than weakness. That legacy was louder than laziness. That your children, your family, your community, they deserve to see what it looks like when someone refuses to settle. So don't settle. Not now. Not when you've come this far. Not when greatness is pounding on your chest, begging to be let out. This is your wake-up call. Get uncomfortable, get focused, get rich in purpose, because your comfort zone is broke. And you're not meant to stay there. You ever notice how the richest people in the world are the ones who failed the most? Not because they're reckless, but because they risk. They place themselves in situations where success isn't guaranteed and still show up like it's promised. They fall hard. And instead of quitting, they rise with notes, with lessons, with new muscle built through experience. But what do most people do? They avoid anything that doesn't come with 100% guarantee. They want certainty. They want comfort. They want overnight success with zero friction. Let me break this to you gently. Friction is the fee you pay for fortune. Growth is abrasive. It strips away comfort. It exposes you. And that exposure is exactly where the magic happens. You think you'll succeed by staying comfortable. You won't. Comfort won't teach you how to negotiate deals. It won't teach you how to communicate your value. It won't show you how to build systems, develop emotional intelligence, or understand real money flow. But discomfort will. Discomfort sharpens you, forces you to adapt, to elevate, to learn under pressure and deliver under fire. That's where the wealthy live. They're not living in some fairy tale of ease. They're living in constant evolution. They're not waiting for the moment to be perfect. They're working until the imperfect becomes profitable. They take losses in silence and flip them into strategy. They take no's and stack them like bricks, building their own yes. They understand something most people miss. Your income will never exceed your level of growth. You want more money? Grow more. Risk more. Learn more. Lead more. Get to a place where discomfort isn't your enemy, it's your personal trainer, because it is. It's testing your resistance. It's stretching your potential. It's preparing you for that $1,000,000 version of yourself, the one you keep journaling about, the one you keep visualizing, the one you know deep in your gut you're supposed to become. But that version won't come through comfort. That version is forged in the gym of grit. That version wakes up early, even when tired. That version shows up even after rejection. That version posts, creates, speaks, shares, promotes, and builds, even when no one claps. You want wealth? Learn to clap for yourself when nobody else. Learn to push when your legs are trembling. Learn to keep walking into the fog, trusting that clarity comes through movement, not waiting. You want to know the fastest way to kill your financial future? Let your feelings run your schedule. Let your comfort decide your ambition. Let your past failures dictate your present confidence. You're not that person anymore. You're wiser now, smarter now, hungrier now. And if you're not, then get hungry, get obsessed, because the version of you that makes generational wealth lives on the other side of obsession. You cannot casually walk into abundance. You have to kick down the door with intention, with intensity, with so much belief that doubt gets offended by your confidence. Because here's the real game. Success is not about access. It's about aggression, not violence, but relentless pursuit. You've got access to books, courses, mentors, free knowledge, $1,000,000,000 conversations on YouTube, but none of it will matter if you don't get up and move, get up and sell, get up and learn, get up and write, get up and record, get up and build, because comfort will always offer you an excuse. Discomfort will always hand you a lesson, and your job is to decide which one you want more, relief or results. You're not behind in life, you've just been spending too much time avoiding discomfort and calling it patience. There's a difference. Waiting without preparation is just delay in disguise. You don't need more time, you need more tension. That beautiful tension that makes you look in the mirror and say, I refuse to stay here. So here's what I want you to do. Rewire your relationship with pain. See failure as a classroom. Start choosing the hard thing on purpose, because every time you do, you stretch your capacity for greatness. Every time you do the uncomfortable thing, you send a signal to the universe that says, I'm ready. I'm ready for abundance. I'm ready for responsibility. I'm ready to carry more, do more, serve more, earn more. But you can't carry millions with the mindset of someone who still needs approval to take a risk. You're not asking for permission anymore. You're giving yourself order. This is your battleground now. The uncomfortable zone where wealth is waiting, arms crossed, watching to see if you have the discipline to show up again and again and again. Because the truth is, most people don't fail in business. They don't fail in goals. They fail in consistency. They start, then stop, get excited, then hesitate, get momentum, then get distracted. But not you, not anymore. Not after everything you've seen, not after everything you've been through. You're too close now. You're too aware now. You've tasted your potential. You've seen the vision. You've cried the tears. You've screamed into pillows. You've begged God for a sign. This is your sign. Discomfort is not here to destroy you. It's here to develop you. So develop. Become that person who does the work, even when it's invisible. Become that person who's building legacy while everyone else is chasing likes. Become that person who trades 18 months of discomfort for 50 years of freedom, because that's what's on the line. Freedom, not just for you, but for your kids, your marriage, your family, your community. And if you quit now, you're quitting on all of them. You're handing the microphone to your comfort zone and letting it narrate your story. But today you take the mic back. Today you write the chapter where you walked away from average, where you stopped scrolling, where you stopped talking, where you stopped waiting, and you started building. No more mental rehearsals. No more someday. You've got a shot right now. And your bank account, it's watching your choices. It doesn't care what you say you want. It mirrors what you tolerate. If you tolerate procrastination, it'll reflect that. If you tolerate doubt, it'll reflect that. But if you show up with courage, if you show up with sweat, if you show up with faith that works as hard as your fear, your bank account will rise to match your belief. Because belief alone is not enough, but belief backed by comfortable action, that's unstoppable.